Hey guys, welcome back. Another episode of ED Outdoors. Hey, today I'm going to show you guys how to do the camo on your hunting rifle or shotgun or bow by yourself without having to pay big bucks to have it done. A permanent fix, just something that will give you some concealment, kind of help your weapon blend in to your surroundings and reduce some of the glare you may have. First things first, remove your magazine from your weapon. Make sure it's clear. I have a round in the chamber because I keep a round in the chamber wherever I'm hunting, so I'm going to remove that. Okay. I'm also going to take one step further and go ahead and remove the bolt. Completely remove the bolt. Set it aside. Alright. First thing you need to do is get down to your bare weapon. If you have any attachments, go ahead and remove those. I have a sling that I made myself out of paracord or 550 cord. I'll do a video later on how I did that. It was really simple. Made a couple swivels and took some 550 cord and just got it done. Alright, also gonna remove the bipod. It pops right off. So unscrew it, remove the swivel mount. Alright, remove it. Also have a ammo caddy, I guess you call it. You want to take it off as well. It's just a sleeve, slides right off. I decided to go with it instead of going with the screw-on one because I want it to be, just in case I change my mind later on, I can just easily remove it. It doesn't have to be anything permanent. So, alright, got it removed. And now we're down to your basic weapon. Alright, this here is a throw lever. It's attached to the rifle or attached to the scope. I may do a video on it, how I made it later on. It's just like a quick zoom, so you don't have to, worry about dialing in. Just quickly hit your thumb and zoom in and zoom out. All right, so that's my basic rifle. All right. The wrap I have on it now is a scorpion print, and it had, it did the job as far as what I wanted to do. I wanted it to kind of blend in with the tree, with me, with my surroundings. So it wasn't like a solid piece, and it does a good job of it. And this is like a cloth, it's sort of like a bandage, and it says it's reusable. It says if it wears off, just wet it and then rewrap it and you can reuse it. And I like it because it looks like a cushion, so as I pull my rifle up to the tree, if I bump the tree stand or whatever, it wasn't like a loud noise. It did a good job of cushioning it. So I'm going to try to save as much of this as possible in case I don't like my other thing. I can always go back to this. And what I have is this Real Tree Max 5 camo gun and bow tape. It says no glare protective camo cover. And it's I think the measurements are 2-inch wide and 10 foot long. It should be enough to cover my rifle. And I'm just gonna cover the buttstock area, which, if you notice, this is where my ammo caddy was at. So I left it, but the end of my buttstock and across my weapon, of course, my scope. So in case I don't like this, if it doesn't stay sticky or whatever, I can always go back and use this. So I'm gonna remove this, and then I'll be back and show you guys the next step. It's pretty self-explanatory. You take this tape, you put it on there, and you wrap it. I also have a pair of scissors with me, just in case there's any pieces I need to cut to fit and mold around. I'll be able to cut those, but just take what you got and wrap it around the parts that are going to be exposed on your weapon. Alright, you guys, got all that removed. Now I'm down to the rifle, basic, the way it came, except for the scope, of course. I went up the scope wrap on because I may keep it. Does a good job of keeping moisture off the scope. So depending on how the body looks, depending on if I keep the scope or not. Now, I forgot to mention, I bought this from Academy Sports. It was $4.99, I think. So $5 for this roll of tape, and hopefully it's a good job, or it does a good job. And so it's a $5 fix to changing your rifle. If you have a basic black rifle and you want to give it some camo color, or like me, for example, it's just basic tan, and I just kind of want to pretty much to make it look cool and pretty much to kind kind of help conceal, break up the shape and pattern of it. So this is my 30-06. This is what I've been taking all my deer with so far this year. Alright, you guys, I got the majority of it done already. Looks pretty good so far. I'm gonna show you, bring you guys in and show you here at the butt stock. I went ahead and put one strip across, and I'm going to put on my shell caddy, and to where I know how far up it goes, so I don't waste tape on the section that this is going to cover. So I'm going to do that. And another thing I didn't mention earlier, but my barrel is a free float barrel, which means that it's not connected to the stock. It's connected to the bolt assembly up here, and or the chamber. But this barrel is sort of suspended all the way out, and it's supposed to reduce the recoil and make for a more accurate shot. So on the ends, I was able to fold the tape under kind of around the barrel, and it kind of made for a more seamless transition. So the good thing is it's camo, so sort of seamless. Like, I mean, camo's gonna blend in to itself with the sort of the woods feel, or the tree print. So I'm gonna go through, finish up back here, go around the magazine well, around the trigger well, wrap it underneath, and down to the bottom around the grip, and that'll be it. And I should have enough tape left over. I may do my scope too, and as you can see, it's gonna be a little bit tedious process to go around, you know, the adjustments and stuff like that. But I could have kept you guys in. Sorry I didn't. I know some videos, you know, like, hey, I didn't see what happened. But I mean, it's a tedious process. It's real slow. Basically, what I did was I took the tape and I lined it out, you know, from the end of the barrel all the way down to just behind the bolt release, and I cut that off. And I took, you know, a smaller piece of tape is easier to work with than a whole roll. So I took that off and laid it out, and just make sure you press it as you go so you don't leave any bubbles or wrinkles in it. So you start from top and like press down, and do that all the way across to smooth out any wrinkles or anything. So I'm gonna cut out again, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up, and I'll show you guys. Alright, you guys, got everything done, got it finished. Get everything put back on. As you can see, that camo pattern. So far, I like it. It's pretty good. I went ahead and did the scope too, as you guys can tell. Another thing I really that really stood out as far as like being an issue or problem, the scope, you know how it goes from being bigger to smaller. Got a couple of wrinkles on it from the tape, but it's no big deal. Just make sure you have like a knife or something with you to kind of cut out around the bolt weld. Kind of, you know, cut around there. Which I just did. Small piece of tape, small piece of tape, small piece of tape. And then the same thing for the bolt release, if you have a bolt release up top right there. Other than that, I mean, looks good. I like it. That's it. Go ahead and subscribe, and if you guys want to share this video, go ahead and share it, like it, or whatever. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks.